Okie dokie. Just got done recording the last one. We're going straight into it. I really meant it to you guys. Like, we're locking in. Like, there's no room for exception of, oh, I want to sit there and be lazy. I'm going to be real, guys. I was just talking to my dad about buying one of my dream car as I'm 16. My actual dream car is a Lamborghini Veneno. That's $10 million. I don't know if we'll get to that point in life, but um, there's a car I really, really, really want. You could guess what it is. It's a Beamer. It's a pretty nice Beamer. It's a very nice Beamer. Nonetheless, I was talking to him about the car I want, and that's my notion. Can we go to Google? Look at the video uploading right now. Fast internet, shut up me. And nonetheless, like last night, and he was like, "Yeah, call the insurance. See how much the insurance would be. It'd probably be like $500 a month for you, because I mean, obviously, it's a two-door sports car. And it's a BMW. Shaman, and it's like, call, see how much the insurance would be. I'm like, I get my license January 20th, and ever since then, that has driven me just to keep pushing. There's no exception. There's no room for being average. We have to be the best. So we're going to push to be the best every single day. Remember, we have to do 3 times as much work as the guy that's already doing it, right? So if he's uploading 4 videos a day, we're going to upload 12. That's OD. That's crazy. Don't do that. I'm joking. Do that. What? There's no such thing as crazy in this game. Everyone already thinks you're crazy. So, really, what do you lose? Might as well be a little more crazy. So, in the last video, we finished off with you have to figure out who you are during the trade. A lot of people don't figure out who they are during the trade. If you haven't watched last video, please go watch last video. Actually, we're gonna go in and we need to put part 1. Did we want to do part lowercase? Yeah, part 1. Yeah, trade strategy part 1. Psychology. That's good. I think so, at least. If you like want to go watch it. Obviously it's not part 1. Yeah, that looks good. Yep. Goal's gonna get to 500. Goal for the month, end of the month of December is 1,000. It was supposed to be for this month, but we slacked off, but now we're locked in. Maybe we'll get to 2,000 this month. Nonetheless, with that being said, 2. So you need to understand who you are before, during, and after the trade. Too many people don't understand who they are. It's just a recap. I'm recapping the last one. It's important to have a simple trade strategy. If you don't have a simple trade strategy, you need to figure out a trade strategy that works for you and your lifestyle and your time frame. For me personally, I've realized, and I'll go into my own personal trading really quickly. I realized, okay, I go to school. Let me tell you guys my schedule. I woke up at 6 a.m., got ready for school. I would arrive to school around 8:30, go to Starbucks, do my trading there, and by that time, it's probably around 9, so I'm trading New York PM session, and I realized by that time I already missed the overall move. Like, let's say here, bam, 940 here, you know, I've already missed 70% of the move. And so I was like, okay, I need to figure out a time frame that works for me, that I can catch the overall move, even if that means I have to sacrifice some sleep and wake up early. And I was like, okay, gold market open. What time does gold market open? 5:30. Okay, let's look and see. Let's look and back test. Let's look and see, most probable days. Okay, when gold market opens chopping, blah, 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 when biases. I just did a bunch of back testing. Good back testing, though, for all night. And it was great. And nonetheless, keeps going. But with that being said, I realized, okay, maybe I can trade gold market open. Maybe I just have to, redevelop my own strategy, because for me, I don't like rushing my trades. I like giving myself like around a 2-hour buffer, 30-minute buffer in order to look for positions. And that's not only then, typically with my new strategy, I would go in, look for positions during gold market open. If I don't see any positions, that doesn't mean I can't execute later throughout the day, at 8. I can. It's just primarily catching that overall move. Gold market open, for the rest of the day. But sometimes gold market open will retrace, and then in midday, gold will actually make its overall move. So, it's just being able to manipulate and bend the circumstances to your will. Thanos. Nonetheless, so going into it, you have to know who you are as a trader. B, then we have to, we're getting straight into it, develop a strategy around your emotion in order to control your trading. And I've talked to a lot of people, and the one mistake people make is like, oh, I don't care about what strategy I need to use. I just need to get profitable. Like, it could be any strategy. I just don't care. I just need to get profitable. No, my friend. It does not work like that. Your strategy matters. Just because I'm trading SMC, that doesn't mean it'll work for you. Just because the next guy is trading trendline breakouts doesn't mean it'll work for you. You have to figure out what works for you. Please. Everyone is profitable with everything. Remember that. There's not one thing no one is profitable with. Everyone's profitable with everything. That's the beauty of the market. You could be profitable blindfolding yourself. Well, kind of. Blindfolding yourself and pressing buy or sell. Kind of. I'm sure people have done that. You could do that. TGR just did that. Full 44 accounts? Yeah, that's practically blindfolding. Yeah, no, never mind. You can. So, with that being said, anyone can be profitable with anything. Remember that. Figure out what works for you. Figure out what works for you and your lifestyle. If you have a little bit of time to be on the charts and like SMC, blah, 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 or if you want to be a swing trader in macro swing trade SMC, or, you like quick little scalps on the 1 minute time frame with trendline breakouts, or you like to see support and resistance bounce, or, oh, I forgot, there's also supply and demand. Oh my gosh, demand. Remember, I just woke up, guys. I'm recording like all these videos right now. And nonetheless, figure out what works for you in order for you to control your emotion. How long have I been rambling for? 7 minutes. That's a long time. Let's get straight into it. Next. So now, let's go into how we're able to do this. So we're going to smack this. We'll throw this down here. Yep. Now, remember, it has to be simple, replicable, and consistent. Why? Because this equals profitability. If it's simple, you can do it time and time again, and you're consistent with it, you will be profitable with it. That's the basic premise of things. Don't overcomplicate it. Now, we need to develop a strategy in order to control our emotion. Am I correct? Yes, I'm totally not thinking of things on the fly because all this is improvised and I have no idea what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's a joke. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's why we're all here together, So nonetheless, now after journaling, you have emotional understanding about your trading. Now, replicable. I googled that word last video. Replicable. I just learned how to say it. So, how do we make a strategy replicable? Replicable. How do we make a strategy replicable? Well, I'll answer that. The answer. We create a simple system, obviously strategy, in order to do the same exact steps time in and time out again and again without failure. What does this mean? Failure. I knew how to spell it. Without failure. What does this mean? If you know your simple strategy only executes on an A+ setup, what's an A+ setup to you? Oh, daily bias is in line, blah, 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 whatever strategy is, right? Technical analysis. Talking also about psychology right now. If you know that, and you know, okay, my highest probability is when I execute on A+ setups. Let's say on a Tuesday. Only execute on A+ setups on a Tuesday. What are you executing on a Monday for? You don't understand market bias. Market's open. Or, let's say for you, okay, you find yourself you're more consistent later within the week. What are you doing not executing later within the week, executing earlier within the week? Like, bro, you're shooting yourself in the foot. We need to keep it simple, right? We need to keep it consistent. Figure out what days you're consistent. Figure out when you actually find yourself winning the most. This is an activity I did. I went into my Notion journal, and I've showed my Notion journal a multitude of times. You guys really, really like it. I went in, and here this was back when I was trading support and resistance or whatever. I went in and I tagged all my best winners. I tagged all my horrible losers. And I went in and I marked them all, and then I went in and I looked at them. I was like, okay, what's the difference between each one? Why is one better than the other? How can I continue to replicate it? What was the same within these trade positions that I need to continue to replicate? That's why journaling is so important. I don't shun journaling. Don't shun journaling at all, because it'll get you. It'll smack you in the face if you're like, oh, I'm too lazy to journal. No, bro, that's not trading. You need to journal. Remember, we treat it like a business. So, with that being said, we take our emotion. Now we have an emotional understanding, right, of how we feel during the trade, because we've journaled it was before, during, and after the trade. And now we have a technical analysis aspect. So, this is what we need to do. We need to create a strategy that we can do time and time again without failure. What is the strategy? Well, you're going to take this, and you're going to take this, and you're going to see, okay, what do I need to do on the technical analysis side? You thought psychological. No, because it's technical. What do I need to do on the technical analysis side in order to make sure that the emotion, doesn't get too loud to where I start placing 50 trades and I blow 40 accounts? Me. Right? So, this is what we do. How do I, yeah, we'll shrink the screen, kind of. Yeah, so, okay, that's good. Totally wasn't doing that to stall to figure out what to think of. This is hard thinking of it all on the fly. Like, you try to do this and record a YouTube video in under 20 minutes, try to break down how to be a profitable day trader and control your psychology, when apparently for some reason no one in the industry has talked about this. Like, people have talked about psychology, but it's like the little things people don't talk about. That's what kind of pisses me off. Trading strategy. So, is this not spelled right? Now, anal cis. I always think of it like that. I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm weird for that, but it helps. It works. Nonetheless, technical analysis and emotion. Obviously, if you're a fundamental trader, I don't know what to say, because I don't trade fundamentals, but still, this still applies to you. In a sense, you could put fundamental, you could replace this with fundamental, sure, whatever. Nonetheless, you need to be able to control your emotion. How are we then going to control our emotion? One, we look at our technical analysis and see where we are struggling within it. If we are. This is important, because if you're struggling within a technical analysis part, that's where the most emotion is. Nonetheless, as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying because my dad walked into my room. We were on a streak. We were literally killing it. So, you need to look at your aspect and see where you're struggling with. Personally, for me, I'll give a personal example. I knew I was struggling with daily bias and trade entries. So, what would happen when it would come to daily bias and trade entries? My mind would become less confident of my daily bias, and when I would enter a trade position, it would start telling me, oh, you should have waited for the trade spin, you should have done this, you should have done X, Y, and Z. So now we need to go in and develop a technical analysis strategy that can help us shut that voice up, which we did. So now, going into it. So we have look at our technical analysis and see where we're struggling with, if we are, and then this, what it does is, we'll put A here. This allows us to redevelop or create a strategy around being able to not fine-tune, but you would need to fine-tune your strategy in order to shut your emotion up. You know, if you're struggling with aspects within your trading, you need to tune something. You need a slight adjustment in order to make sure that the strategy, then allows it to suppress your emotion in the sense of now your emotion's not trying to kick in and be like, oh, you should have done X, Y, and Z. Call this the foolproof strategy. So create a strategy around being able to foolproof not allowing any motion to affect it. And the reason why I'm not actually going into like what it is because remember, everyone's different. I don't know what your stuff is. I could give examples for me. Like I said, I struggled with daily bias. I struggled with daily bias and trade entries, and I would lose confidence when going in. So what did I do? This example probably may help you guys, honestly, a little bit more. I hope it would. But I seen that, and I'm like, okay, let me look the trade market open. Let me look to trade a different time because I have that. Well, it's not a luxury, but you just have to wake up early. You have to deal with it. You have to do what you need to do. That's the truth. So, I'm like, okay, I have to wake up early, so let's wake up early. And then let's see, okay, I don't like executing on hourly break of structure, so let's, scale down and look. Why? Because my stop loss is so huge. So you also have to see, okay, do I want to work with a set SL? Do I want to adjust my SL based on price action? Majority of people will. For me, sometimes I like to just have a set SL because it keeps my risk to reward the same. It keeps an understanding of the trading, but sometimes I will adjust it. That's okay. But with that being said, okay, I just want to be able to enter off a liquidity sweep, break a structure to the upside. That's it. Why? Because I want to keep it simple. I'm tired of executing off of fair value gap, imbalance retracements, EQ, then having it hit EQ, then re-breaking structure back to the downside on a 1 minute time frame, then actually executing on a 5-minute retracement. Like, it's too much. And we can go into my Notion journal. I can show it. Where is it? My gosh, it just keeps going. Like, we go here. I don't know what's going on. Like, we got break structure to the downside here, fair value gap, EQ, break structure, fair value gap, retracement. Like, it's a lot. It's too much for me. I'm looking at this right now. I'm bamboozled. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I know SMC, but I don't understand what's going on. You don't want that. You want something that you could look at and be like, okay, this was entered off a liquidity sweep, break a structure. That's it. And so, in turn, I seen a bunch of emotion kicking in. Why? Because I was overcomplicating my trading. I needed to simplify it. And in turn of simplifying it, it allowed to keep my emotions in check and be like, okay, I'm rocking with this. And this week, obviously, Monday, we'll go in and see. We need to see Forex Factory, see the news and everything, when to execute, when's best probability days. But, we're going to go in and do that. Nonetheless, so replicable. We need a foolproof trade strategy that allows us to control our emotion. Look at where you're struggling. And so I'm going to give you the blueprint. Let me give you the blueprint right now, okay? So none of you can sit there and say, Lonnie, you didn't tell us and you didn't teach us anything. And you just rambled for another 22 minutes like you always do. A, you're a hater. And B, thanks for the watch time. That means you're watching all the video. So, okay, cut the recording again. Let me give you the blueprint. Nonetheless, this is the blueprint. I just lost my focus again. Oh my gosh. Just lost my focus again. This is the blueprint in order to create a strategy that allows you to control your emotion. Technical analysis plus, emotion plus technical analysis. I typed it backwards. So this plus, there's one more thing. what's the word? How do I say small adjustments equals strategy. Let me explain what this means real quick before. Dang, it's gonna be a 3-part series. Whatever. Equals your strategy, right? That's as simple as it is. You're like, Lonnie, did I just sit here and waste all my time just to see you type the same thing again? Yes, boohoo, cry about it. Your emotion, how you feel during the trade, plus, remember, you get your emotion, plus your technical analysis. Now your technical analysis is meant to, control and negate your emotion. That's your job. You go in and see, and if you need help, comment or join the Discord, I'll help. You go in and see, okay, where's my emotion affecting where's my technical analysis affecting my emotion? Because typically it's not the other way around. Too many people think it's the other way around. It is not the other way around. Your technical analysis affects your emotion. If you have bad technical analysis, your emotion is going to be kicked in. If you have good technical analysis, your emotion is going to be like, okay, we're chill. We can stick to our technical analysis trading plan. So, technical analysis plus small adjustments. So let's say your emotion plus your technical analysis, okay, it's okay, plus a little bit of tweaks, just like me. I'm tweaking out some stuff. I'm taking some stuff out. And, adding 1 or 2 things or removing majority of everything equals your strategy. This is what allows you to keep your emotion in check. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. It's very, very, very simple. Keep it very simple. If you need to have a 3-step plan, keep a 3-step plan. If your 3-step plan is liquidity sweep, okay, look for liquidity sweep breaker structure. Okay, execute when it retraces for the order block. Target highs. SL below lows. Like, how are you going to have any emotion to that? Whenever you see that happen, you can't have any emotion to that. That's not on a 5-minute time frame. You do it, let's say. Like, what emotions to contest? Like, oh, I started going on a losing streak. What happened? What went wrong? Why is it not working anymore? Well, clearly you're the issue. It's not the first time I've heard that. Well, clearly you're the issue. That means you're doing something wrong. Because your strategy was working before. So why isn't it working now? Because you added something or removed something, or you made it more complicated than it needed to be. So simplify it again. Anywho, you guys know me. I love to talk. I love to ramble. But that was... The third part is probably going to be a couple minutes long. Yeah, probably like 10 minutes long, because it's really just then... consistent. That's what it is. I had to go in and look. Then it's really just about consistency, being able to do it over and over and over and over again, which you guys need to be able to do, because if you guys can't, then you're not going to get profitable, right? You won't. That's just the essence of it. You need to be able to do your strategy over and over and over again. I need to go plot out what our goals are for the month of December. I need to take taxes into account. My dad doesn't want me to transfer more than, well, he doesn't want me to have a withdrawal higher than 10 grand before the year ends. Again, because taxes, he's like, I don't care if you have a 30 grand withdrawal, just push it till this first. He's like, once it's the 1st of January, withdraw everything, and then you can go buy your car, do whatever you want, but chill for a minute, and then you still get withdrawals, because then you would have to claim it, and we're paying taxes on it, and taxes aren't fun. So nonetheless, yeah, that's everything. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in part 3. Adios, hoochie mama.